place the... There we go. Hey, welcome to another episode of Chaz Beer Reviews. Sometimes I buy a beer just for the label. This one I thought was adorable. This is Pontoon Brewing, the Great Punkin Spice. Now, if you look closely at the can, and I guess if you're a boomer or a Gen Xer, that should stand out, like what that's supposed to be. Obviously, the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown looks just like it. In fact, I'm surprised they might not get in legal trouble or whatever. Anyway, so it says Imperial Brown Ale with pumpkin, cinnamon, pumpkin spice, vanilla, and lactose. They're calling this an Imperial Brown Ale. What's the ABV on this? I think it was 8 something. I saw it on there. Oh, here it is. Yep, 8% exactly. And this was, no canning date. So, calling it an Imperial Brown Ale, that's definitely a brown ale. It's actually, if you saw the thumbnail, it's a deep, like, mahogany or something. Yeah, it looks more brown on camera, but it does have a reddish tint to it. Yeah, definitely classic pumpkin spice aroma, like, you know, any pumpkin spice coffee creamer or whatever. Definitely cinnamon. I think cinnamon's probably the most strong here, and it smells like a piney scent to it, almost probably from whatever hops they're using. Didn't really say. Yeah, vanilla, a bit of a candy smell to it. I will say it does smell like a beer, especially a brown ale at the core. It doesn't smell like an FMB, like so many of these like 10% pastry stouts do, that they just throw all this vanilla and chocolate syrup and all that stuff in there. So anyways, let's dive in. Cheers. If you're watching my eyes while I was drinking that, I was like, wow, I'm like getting significant flavors at different points. Like immediately I get like chocolate. Well, it's not really, it's vanilla. I mean, it says they're using vanilla in here. Yeah, vanilla. Because all chocolate candy is made with vanilla, so you can't have chocolate without vanilla. So yeah, immediately right up front, chocolate, a bit of a candy kind of flavor. Then the cinnamon comes in. Like I said on the nose, pretty strong. It's strong on the tongue too. And then finishes with like ginger, nutmeg, things like that. Yeah, it reminds me of like, have you ever had a pepper or chili, chili infused chocolate? Any kind of chocolate with like, pepper in it. It kind of reminds me a bit of that, because I'm getting that sweet, vanilla flavor. And then at the same time, the cinnamon, because cinnamon is so strong, it's like, it has like a spiciness to it. It is quite sweet. And it's funny, like I was saying at the beginning, like it doesn't really smell like a pastry stout, but it kind of tastes like one. I'm tasting mostly the flavoring ingredients in here. Vanilla, obviously, the cinnamon spice. It says it's made with lactose. So, I mean, well, lactose is there mostly for mouthfeel, and I will say that this does have a, medium full body, and an actual like kind of creamy texture. Not quite to the extent of Guinness, but just, if you ever had a milk stout, it's like the same thing. Although for 8%, it's pretty highly carbonated. I'm surprised. Probably put that like medium high carbonation. Yeah, it's pretty tasty beer. And the nice thing, it's funny because this is a brown ale base. The brown ale base has like a Snickers candy flavor to it, just from the way that the style is, you know, because I always say like brown ale, you get chocolate, caramel, and nuts, just from like the toastiness of the malts, and just like, well, there's a variety of malts in brown ale, I'm sure, but yeah. So I always like brown ales just by themselves because they're like a Snickers bar, especially if they're English. If they're American, they're going to be a lot more hoppy. I feel like I've had this beer before though, or I've had something, these flavors, and especially this label. It's reminding me of like all those pastry stouts that I ordered off of 𝗏𝗏 last couple of years. So it does have that kind of, you know, hip, you know, fake FMB style beer flavor to it. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying like it's that. It's not that. Yeah, it's not bad at all. I mean, I think it tastes good. It's just, to me, it's just getting, the flavors are overtaking so much that like they're dominating that base brew. Or I mean, well, I mean, it's a pumpkin beer, so you want to taste pumpkin, not brown ale, but like you want to taste like the real malt and hops of the core. At least you should be, according to. Yeah, so it's yeah, it's good. It's very surprisingly very chocolatey. I'm surprised they don't like try to market it as like some kind of, you know, chocolate or vanilla or candy flavored type of beer. Because to me, yeah, to me it's like vanilla and cinnamon, which, you know, aren't two flavors I don't think I've ever had in a candy bar or something, but that'd be interesting to try. So, you know, it's kind of hard to rate it because, I mean, to me it tastes pretty good. It's a little simple, it's a little repetitive, but I do love the color on it. Didn't really hold the head though. That's a little disappointing. But yeah, I mean, I think they can just, if I was this brewery, just eliminate the Imperial Brown Ale. You don't need to put that on there because you're going to get the drinkers psyched up that they're going to get a brown ale. But really, it's all these flavors on top of a brown ale. Pontoon Brewing. Where are they out of? Florida, I think. Georgia. Sandy Springs, Georgia. Okay. I don't know where that is, but if you do, let me know in the comments. Anyways, rating. I think I'm going to go 3.75 again. Maybe even 3.5. Like I said, it's fairly tasty, but it's a little simple. It's a little faux, F-A-U-X, however you pronounce that. But I do give it points for the label, though. That's awesome. I'm going to keep that. So, yeah. All right, so if you want to see what I think of beers that I don't post on YouTube, follow me on Untappd. There should be a link below. All right, I'll see you guys whenever. All right.